Good morning to you. Welcome to my garden on this lovely spring morning, and to further accounts of a walk I undertook in 2015 from the source of the Murray to its mouth at Goolwa. The project was titled Walking Slowly Downhill, and this is an account of the fifth day, Towong to Tintoldra. An early start, walking and singing to the cows, ambling in the fields. I sing almost like falling in love, with feeling to a motionless black cow and her calf. They both appreciate it. Walking more easily today, free legs, soaring heart. Across the road and up a small rise, a farmer is spraying some weeds. His dog accompanies him. Good morning, he waves and asks me my destination. You have a few miles in front of you, he shouts. Do you want a cup of tea? No, I'm good, thanks. Just had a coffee. We exchange goodbyes. Behind me, the white peaks of the snowy mountains gleam in the sun. The river meanders in wide arcs below. The road ahead climbs and falls in and around the base of emerald green hills. I pick up a splintered piece of black plastic, then a piece of unraveled blue string, then some more string, this time green. Why do I pick them up? Perhaps because they were right in my path, embedded in dirt and weeds. Perhaps because my boot would have trodden on them. But then many other gorgeous nothings beckon to me from just out of my reach. Nothing like dealing with exactly what's in front of you. Three clouds high above find each other and then relinquish their hold. They're in search of open space, of new geometries, of a new science to unfold. My mother passed away a week before the walk began, and many of my thoughts are about, as I walk, are about that passage between here and there, that space, whatever it may be, however it might be defined, however it might be experienced. This is the sixth day, Tintoldra to 80 Acre Road. Today, though the morning is splendid, I'm suddenly aware of failure. What if I can't walk all the way? What if I injure myself somehow? What if I lose desire, or worse, develop an aversion to walking, to being on the road each day, to endlessly pushing my feet forward? I remember that failure is on the list of possible outcomes, and the fog lifts a little. I sing, I only have eyes for you, to the leaves of a flowering gum trembling in the breeze. I reach 80 Acre Road under a joyous midday sun. Yesterday I repainted the light work I made with my father in 1988. We titled it Memory Palace. Somehow it's found a way to accompany me on this journey, and I'm glad to have it. Today it has new light globes I bought in Corryong, and it illuminates the space outside the caravan with a calm, pure light. Memory Palace is a composite of all the lamps my father made when I was a child. 3 superimposed slices of a starry night are lit through drill holes of various sizes. 2 miniature Hellenic temples adorned with columns of golden brass and pediments of blackest bakelite mark the farthest reaches of the palace. For almost 30 years, his self-taught electrical wiring skills have held up beautifully. Their original lamp versions glowed halos on our dining room walls and shone above our heads in the living room as we listened to faraway Italian voices crackling on our brand new shortwave radio. I would run all day in the park opposite our house, and at night I couldn't sleep because my legs hurt too much. My bed was the living room couch, and through such nights I stared up at the starry sky lamp, wondering if I would ever be able to run again. Perhaps my fear of failure earlier today was that little boy's fear, terrified of eternal immobility. Tonight after dinner, I ran under the new moon all the way from the hotel to the caravan park, along back road skirting the river. The sky above me was as starry as each slice of Memory Palace. The seventh day, 80-acre road to Jingelic turnoff. 22 kilometres along the road skirting the edges of the great river, I stopped by a rise overlooking the flowing water and sang "Every Time We Say Goodbye" to a shiny black and red beetle. Across the valley, many faraway houses are perched on treed vantage points overlooking the river. Who lives here apart from farmers and their families? What do they do with their lives? A field with 2 alpacas. One of them, woolly white and tall, urgently needed to know me. The other, smaller and black, kept a distance and kept a watch on my movement. Their home is far away. They seem out of place here, so anxious, so lonely. They remind me that I'm walking along the river with permission. Each step through country is being taken with the blessing of those who were here long before the rest of us, before me, before you, before the alpacas. This blessing makes my walking possible, but when I'm able to focus on its significance for a few minutes, it transforms it into celebration. I look up, a small white house across the valley, blue smoke lifting slowly from its chimney, humming a tune, can't remember which one. I am fallible and infallible, visible and invisible. It's interesting reading about running because I'm having trouble with my running right now. I'm not as mobile as I used to be. Inevitable, one might say, but always a very surprising turn of events. I remember through her last years of mobility, my mother used to walk endlessly around the living room and the dining room table, and I used to laugh. It's the way she used to get some exercise. Each moment like a snowflake. Until tomorrow.